In this video, we are going to learn more about Autodesk Vehicle Tracking. Especially, we are looking at editing the vehicle path in this video. So, after tracing your vehicle path, let us say you have opened the drawing in a separate time. We close the Civil 3D or AutoCAD with the vehicle path and we open it again. So if you open it again, if you select the vehicle path, you will only see this type of grip here. So you won't see any other grips here like turning and bearing. So to make them available, you have to click this one and go to Vehicle Tracking tab and move on to Auto Drive Arc or Auto Drive Bearing. Let us say I am going to go to Auto Drive Arc. So it will activate the last Autodesk Vehicle Swept path. So you can activate it. Then after you can press escape. So after that you press escape, it will be unselected. But when you select it again, you will see all the grips. Now we have a activated vehicle swept path here. So we will see what is mean by each part of this swept path. So especially you have the vehicle here, and this green line represents the body of the vehicle, and this red line represents the chassis of the vehicle. So you do not need to confuse with these two lines, because some of us are thinking that these are the tire parts. That is not the case. This is the vehicle body, the green line, and the red line is the path of the vehicle chassis. Now, if you click this vehicle path, you will see two grips here. These grips, by this grip, you can use the vehicle with a auto drive arc forward. So it will continue in the arc mode. So if I press escape and go to this bearing mode, it will turn with the bearing mode. So we discussed this in the earlier video. So then we will see the other grips. You have this grip here. It is called adjust target point. So if you click here, it will move forward, and if you click here, it will move backward. So when you are moving it, the path can be changed. So I'll click here. This is the end adjust target. You have another adjust target here, which is the start adjust target. Other than the two start and end adjust target, you have adjust target in the middle as well. So if you click here in the middle adjust targets, you can change the vehicle path. So this vehicle path will be changed in between two adjust target points. So if I escape, you can see you have a target point here and you have a target point here. So if you change this one, the path will be changed in between those target points. Then if I come to a point like here and I click here, so if you want to have more target points, let us say we want to have another target point here, so you can add a target point from here, this grip, insert target point. So it will have another target point and it will give you more control over the vehicle path. So now we have another target point here. So I press escape. Again, if you go to here and I click this vehicle path, from this grip we can adjust the angle of the vehicle. So you can see it will adjust the starting vehicle position with an angle. And I press escape here. Here we have another one, adjust steering angle. So if you click here, it will start with the angle wheels. So you can see these wheels are rotating. The vehicle will be moving forward with an angle of the wheel. So the vehicle is moving with the angle, like it is traveling on a curve. So I press escape. Using this icon, you can move the path. So if I click here and I zoom out, you can see as I move, you can move the complete path. So I'm not going to move that path. I will press escape. So then you have this icon here, this grip, trim start of path. That means it will trim the path. When I move forward, it will move forward and change the start position, but it will follow the path of the vehicle. So if you move with this grip, it will change the path, but if you move with this grip, it will not change the path. It will follow the existing path. You can't go backwards because you can go forward with the start trim. You have the same at the end here, that is end trim. You can move backward with the end trim. So if you want to add more paths here, you have to click this auto drive arc or bearing mode. So I click here. Now I can add more paths here, like here. Let us say I click somewhere here accidentally. So if you want to delete this path, you can click this point. So it will undo the last point, or else you can, if you accidentally click on a errored location, you can press L on your keyboard. It will delete the last path, like here, right? If you want to delete this position as well, you can press L again. It will delete the last path. It is like undoing in AutoCAD or Civil 3D. Now let us say, so I will undo few more times to make, I will have more room for some other things. So let us say I have this window here with some functions. You have a function here called clearance offset. If I turn on this function, that means the vehicle path or the set path will show 0.3 meter offset from the actual vehicle path, so that I can have room with the edge. So you can see the actual vehicle path is inside, but it will have another green line 0.3 meter outside my vehicle line. So I can have a very clear traveling without going to the edges. So if I click here, the offset will not be shown, but it will show when you are using this traveling mode. So I will click here. So then if you don't need that, you can uncheck that one. We talked about this pick alignment option earlier. Then you have this show settings button. So from there, if you want to change the speed of the vehicle, you can change it. So let us say we change it to 10 kilometers per hour. Then I will click here and press enter to finish my path. So you can see you have this kind of icon here. So when you change the path speed of the vehicle, it will give you this kind of icon. So there you can see I have changed the speed of that vehicle. So I move here again to get this path. So after changing the settings, you can click this to minimize that one. Again, if you want to turn the vehicle on spot, that means you are stopping and turning, you can use this option. And also there are two other options, these two icons, we call it cat whiskers. It gives you the turning limits. So it gives you the turning limits when you are turning. With the speed it might be changed, but this is the limit you can turn when you are turning. It will give you in advance. We call them predictive turning. So if you don't want them, you can uncheck this. Okay, these two options for that, right? So I will click here and I will press enter to finish that one. Then again you have some other things to when you are doing the editing. If you want to have an additional vehicle path somewhere here, we can edit from here, place outline. So we click here and we can add the vehicle. So you can choose what options to be selected on this vehicle using these options. I will see the annotation, body outline and chassis outline. So you can check these things and see what are the options we can see here. So I will click here and I can add a new vehicle in between. So if you need a vehicle in between the start and end, you can use this place outline. So apart from that, we have another important thing, that is design check. So if you click this design check, it will show you errored warnings if you have erroneous paths on your drawing. So I have 3 paths on my drawing. It shows errors or design exceptions in 2 paths. This is the first path. So if you click here, it will show you this is the error you have, turn transition have been disabled in this point. So you have to change it. So that is the error showing here. So if you go to path 2, it has 2 severe steering paths. The steering angle exceeds 95% at this length, and also the same happens at this length. So you can go to these points and check what is the issue there. So let us say we are moving to this point at 364.8. I click OK here. Now you can see this is my start point, and on here you can see the length of the vehicle. So if you move backward, you see here 364.8. So it is giving me some kind of error because of the high vehicle speed. So if you go there, you get the exact description, right? So based on the description, you can change the turning path to get the path without errors or warnings. So that is about the basics of vehicle tracking or set path analysis in Autodesk.